And this is the EMT right here, right?
Yes, that's the
EMT. This is EMT. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Brian over here at the Little Orchard Farm. And welcome to today's video. Today, we're going to be working on getting electricity, or at least some of the components for the electricity for the barn. I'm going to be working on some of the board and batten stuff, but the big part of this video, I think, is going to be about getting electricity set up for the barn. We got a lot to do. Everything from running the underground conduit over to the to our box at the cabin, to putting up the disconnect, to putting up the actual panel box, to running the Romex, to pulling the cable. Oh, there's so much to do, so much to do. And we're gonna have Kevin here to kind of show us and you know, walk us through how to do that for the barn. And so I think it's going to be fun and interesting. So stick around. Got a lot to do today. Let's do this. All right, Kevin has arrived with all the supplies, and today we're going to try to get the disconnect box and the panel and the and then the is that called rigid? What's the metal called that goes up?
EMT.
EMT, and we're going to get the EMT installed between the two boxes. And this is the EMT right here, right?
Yes, that's the
EMT. This is EMT. All right, so the first thing that we've got to do is put the disconnect box in. And so we'll end up cutting this down a little bit. And the disconnect box, which is right over here. The disconnect box will go on the wall, and this is where we will put the wiring coming from the house, coming off the box of the house over to the barn. 100 amp. We're going to pull 3 double alt cables. It's a little, probably a little overkill for the application, but originally we had designed the barn to be much further away from the cabin than it is. But we're going to pull those anyway, and we're going to put those right over here. Box will go in here, and then we will install our panel on the other end of the barn. So that means we've got to run the wiring all the way down using the tops or the wedges of this rafter to run the rafters to run all the way down. So that's the game plan. So we've got two Two options on this disconnect. One of them is to take the 2-inch coming out the top and try to convert it to an 1.5-inch pipe that we have. We decided not to do that. Instead, we decided to run and pick up what's called an LB, and we're going to come out the side of the disconnect box and run it up. So we actually went looking for what's called an LR, and the little country hardware store that we went to didn't have it, and so we had to do like the military, adapt, and so we got the necessary components to bring it out the side and run it up, and so we're going to see how that works.
That's kind of funky.
And that's to convert it from the PVC over to the EMT, right?
Yep.
right, so what we have done is we have framed up this wall, put tap cons in the bottom into the concrete. It's a good, stable, it ain't going nowhere. Good little wall. All right, I'm gonna cut this and I'll be able to stick that back on. Whew. It's hot. I need to get that fan out here. Oh, it is out here. I think Karen's gonna love me telling her she can help me insulate these walls. I might die.
Flashback.
We done?
I'm done.
Well, if you're done, I'm done.
End of flashback.
And so Kevin's cut this last piece to fit. We're gonna come across and then we're gonna hit the 290 degrees that will bring it down into the box. That's where we are right now. Oh, she's good. Woo. We come out one coupling short. All right, we'll get it. That's a piece of cake. All right, so Kevin has got all of the what's called EM. What does the EMT stand for? Electrical metal tubing. Electric macho tubing. Something with an M. But we've got that run all the way down. Are we gonna secure that in any way, or does it matter?
No, we will. We'll try to get some straps.
Some straps.
Yeah, we'll get some.
Because that might be hard to get to with that thing being so far into that crook right there.
It's just a one-hole strap, so it kind of looks like a hook.
Oh, and you put it on the side. Oh, yeah.
And then you can just kind of shoot it down into the top of that 2 to 6.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Put
One every 2 or 3.
there, one there,
Yeah.
about every 2.
Well, all right, we have finished for the day, and man, we've gotten a lot knocked out. Well, I should say Kevin's gotten a lot knocked out. What we did was, after installing the connect or the disconnect and the panel box, he started running, and we of course ran the EMT from one side to the next. Got that secured down. The only thing we have left to do with that then will be to pull the 1/aught cable through it. We've still got to dig the ditch that goes from the barn over to the cabin, and then we'll bring that will bring juice into the disconnect, and then eventually over to the panel. Now, what Kevin did continue to do was to go ahead and start putting in all of the junction boxes for the lighting, and so we've got. We're going to have a couple of 3-way switches in here, a couple of exterior lights that will be turned on from here, and then the light that's going to be over the main door right here. We're going to have a nice big light over that. All of these will be LED lights. Over here at the shop area, we've got the exact same thing, a couple of 3-way lights, as well as a couple of exterior lights out there. So he ran his 14.2, right? 14.2? 14.3.
14.3 is what I used first, but yeah, I used that for the travelers.
For the 3-ways. So he used the 14.3 wiring for his travelers, for his 3-way switches. And he's also used some 14.2, and you can see the cabling up here. all nice and tucked in, kind of just disappears up there, which is awesome. Left a roll over here because what we plan on doing is from the general storage area into the wood shop, and that's, you can see that by the change of the floor type and whatnot. I'm going to have essentially a barn door that will slide open, that will separate the two areas. And that way, if I've got something large that I'd like to put into the storage area, I won't have to take it out that door and all the way around and come in this door, right? I'll just wheel it right through here. But by doing that, then the light switch that can turn on both sides will be right here by this swinging barn door, or this not a swinging, a sliding barn door. And so I think we're at a wonderful stopping spot. The next time Kevin gets out, the hope is that we will be able to get the juice in, get it pulled through, and may even be able to get to a place where we actually have an actual light stuck in here. May not be the permanent lighting, but we might be able to at least get something lit, because when it gets dark in here, you can't see a thing. It's dark. But anyway, super excited about what we've gotten started with. It's again, we're taking this in multi-phases, where phase 1 will be our lighting, and then phase 2 will be our electrical outlets. And then anything else that we end up installing or putting into the barn. We've got some things kind of percolating, to say the least, but we'll share those with you at a later time. So anyway, a great weekend. It was a very productive weekend. Not only were we able to get a nice start on the electrical side, but my son and I went ahead and put our house wrap up on each end. So now we're fully enclosed. Hopefully there will be no rain that gets in. We're expecting a little rain tomorrow. So hopefully no rain will be getting into the barn at all. No misting or anything like that. Man, we should be dry. Still have the ends to do. We didn't get any work on those. We'll get to it. We're living and learning, taking one day at a time, and enjoying what we have out here, which is a true blessing. And we hope that you are blessed. Have a great week, a very blessed week. Till we see you again the next time, we will see ya.